Hey folks, how's it going? Really excited to run through this disc raid build. Disc is in a great spot as usual to kind of complement progression rating, and I'm interested to see how many disc priests we're going to see in the race for world first. From a talent perspective, Schism is a real easy way to roll. Tier 2, Angelic Feather. Tier 3, Power Word Solace, or alternatively Mindbender if you're more of a Venthyr type player, maybe like myself. Tier 4, all three of those abilities are situational. I don't know, Shining Force is kind of the default for me in this situation. Tier 5, Sins of the Many, just really helps buff some damage, take advantage of that. Tier 6, and that's where you see, depending on the fight, either Purge the Wicked or Halo. We've seen Halo on a couple bosses so far in Sanctum of Domination in the PTR. And then finally, Spirit Shell is the preferred go-to, although it's seen a fairly high degree of nerfs here. So Evangelism might see a little bit more play, just because it does extend the duration of your atonements. But Spirit Shell is kind of the recommended build. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is what I would suggest you run into Sanctum of Domination with. Now, in terms of Covenants, it's really a two-horse race. It's either Venthyr or Kyrian as far as your best option for Mythic or progression rating. Really, Sphere's Harmony is the new legendary that's coming out, and it complements the Kyrian ability Boon of the Ascended. It's gotten a lot more powerful and flexible due to the cooldown reduction that Sphere's Harmony brings. So that's pretty attractive. Alternatively, Venthyr and their ability with Mind Games definitely brings more frequent burst healing, but it's not as powerful as what we're seeing with Kyrian. So just waiting to see if there'll be some final tuning before we do any crazy Covenant swaps, but the early guess is Venthyr or Kyrian, they're both viable, and it's only a matter of time till we find out which the top build is. But if I had to bet 20 bucks, it would be on Kyrian. Now, as far as the Tarag route, you're basically going to go with the build that's here. We do see that that might be a fight where you want to pull in Halo as the alternative. Keep an eye on that. The legendary you want to roll with is Clarity of Mind. And then alternatively, the other legendary and the one you'll use more often is Sphere's Harmony. So those are your really two go-to legendary that you want to load up on going into the raid. We didn't see a tremendous amount of change in terms of 9.1. Spirit Shell, like I mentioned, is now on a 90-second cooldown as opposed to 60. So a little bit bummed to see that reduced. That was after some changes from 9.0, where the absorb for healing was 80%. Before that, going into Shadowlands, it was 100%. So kind of disappointing to see that really that tier 7 row kind of get additional nerfs, but I guess they're trying to make some of the other talents more competitive. You do see a fair bit of play when it comes to Mythic Plus with Lenience. I don't think we're quite there. It doesn't complement the rest of the talents in the build, but something to keep an eye open for. Alright folks, thanks for checking out the vid. I'm going to let you go. See you soon. Good luck with the raid.